You're simply the best.
Now, coverage you can count on. This is WTVM News Leader 9.
There is a legal battle brewing between members of the same Board of Education in Randolph County, Georgia. And severe weather has been the story for the last couple of months. There could be another round of it on the way. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the weekend's only local newscast. I'm Andrew Wittenberg. I want to go ahead and begin with Derek here. Join us now. And Derek, we're following another line of storms out to our west that's headed our way.
Absolutely, Andrew. That area of shower and thunderstorm activity is headed in our direction, so we could be dealing with some rough weather here in just a bit. Let's check it out on TrueView Tracker. We do have a clear scan across the skies of the valley for the most part. Some showers showing up to the north and west, however, near Alexander City, but we expand the view a bit further to the west, and you see some heavier showers and thunderstorms rumbling along the Interstate 2059 corridor from Gadsden down to Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Even some more storms popping up down south and west of Montgomery. All that moving again in our direction. Now, as far as the watch situation, we have a tornado watch just to our west until 9 o'clock Central Time. Some severe thunderstorm watches up to our north. But the good news around here, the air is more stable here across the valley, really anywhere east of Interstate 65. The storms should weaken as they head in our direction. We're not ruling out severe weather or some rumbles of thunder out there over the couple of hours at least, or on into the overnight hours, but it does appear that our chances for a major severe weather event very small as those storms should weaken as they head in our direction.
Excellent, but again, this doesn't seem like we haven't received any severe weather initiatives from the Storm Prediction Center or anything like that.
We're under just that slight risk, and I think that, again, because the air is so stable around here, they may not even extend that watch over, so that'd be some good news.
Good news to hear.
With the threat of more severe weather in the forecast, you may be thinking that we've had our fair share of weather around here so far in 2009, but from tornadoes to snow, flooding, and hail, we've had a bit of everything so far.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
So let's take a look back so far at the crazy weather this year.
The weather in 2009 started on a calm note, but by February things quickly changed. The 18th brought a scene that would be all too familiar by spring's end: tornadoes and wind damage in Alabama and Georgia.
Around the Fortson area, I would say you want to go ahead and be in a safe place, as we could be seeing that possibility of a tornado right through here, crossing over Interstate 185 very soon.
Tornadoes caused damage in the town of Salem and Lee County on February 28th, just as Alabama's Severe Weather Awareness Week was drawing to a close.
The barn was blown away, and the horses and cows in it were floating around in the air.
I said, this is it. We're going to get out of here.
While Georgia escaped tornado damage that day, the state could not escape the heavy rain. Scenes like these were a common sight across Columbus, with submerged cars and houses filling with floodwaters.
I was everywhere. My backyard was flooding over. I didn't even have no grass. I was all water.
When the rain ended, a new threat emerged the next day. Temperatures dropped and the valley became a winter wonderland. When the snow was over, some areas had over 8 inches.
It's insane. Totally insane. It's incredible.
Amazing.
A lot better than tornadoes.
Yeah. Definitely not expected.
After the snow melted away, frequent rains meant the almost constant threat of flooding through the month of March. The last weekend of the month brought yet another round of tornado warnings and more heavy rain, but none of those events compared to April 10th.
And that is this area in the vicinity of Notasulga, and probably right around the town of Lochapoka.
We now have reports from the Ladonia area of trees on power lines and power flashes being seen along Highway 80. That's in Russell County.
At least 11 tornadoes touched down, causing damage from Tallapoosa County to Terrell County. We heard familiar stories from those who survived the storms.
We got our family and grandchildren in our bathroom and began to pray.
I just think times like this make the community stronger.
Right.
And people have come out in support, and so we'll just continue on.
Man, that's amazing to think. Just, in the past month and a half, we've had the tornadoes, then we've had the snow, then more rain and flooding, and then tornadoes again.
Yeah, it seems like every week we're dealing with some other new threat, even some large hail thrown in there with the April 10th storms. But luckily, tonight's event, we don't expect it to be anything like that. In fact, most places may not even see the showers. These storms should stay scattered out there tonight. Now, of course, also a good time to remind you that if you see weather happening where you are, just snap a picture or video and send it to us at pics@WTVM.com. That's PIX. We'll do our best to get it on the air. Again, we'll have more on the weather forecast coming up later on in the show, so stick around.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. So what do you do once the severe weather threat is over? We saw a lot of hail in last Friday's storms, and while it's easy to spot dents and dings in your car, finding the hail damage to the roof of your home can be a much steeper task. Here's how you can tell if the roof over your head has hail damage. Obviously, if you have new leaks, you've got a problem, but if you also see a lot of gravel washing into your gutters, there might also be damage.
Sometimes it looks like a big brush mark. Sometimes it'll look like just a bunch of hits, you know. Sometimes you can lift your shingle and feel a soft spot underneath. That's called dimpling.
Some good advice there. If you're thinking about hiring a contractor to fix your roof, the Better Business Bureau says to get as much information about that contractor as you can. The name, the address, phone number, insurance information, and get an estimate in writing. A lot of folks who like to take advantage of people, so better to be safe than sorry. It seems like money is one of the biggest problems facing educators these days. It's hard to come by and everybody needs it. But what if the biggest obstacle facing a county school board were the members themselves? That's the case in Randolph County, Georgia. News Leader 9 reporter Lori Bernstein has the story.
They sit separated by plaintiffs and defendants. On one side is Superintendent Bobby Jenkins and Board of Education Chairman Henry Cook, who say they are being removed from their positions without due process.
The board forfeited its right to have a hearing when it went out and told people that it was going to terminate Mr. Jenkins before hearing any evidence. And with regard to Mr. Cook, there's Supreme Court law that they can't just stop his term in the middle.
The majority board, made up of Tom Mock, Don Smith, and Dimple McDonald, say they have been stifled from doing their jobs by Jenkins and Cook, and that's the reason they have been trying to change their leadership.
The superintendent locked the majority of the board out of the boardroom 3 different times, could not make any motions, could not pass anything.
The board as a whole technically does have the right to fire Jenkins with a majority vote. Now, with the help of House Bill 563, passed by the Georgia legislature and signed by the governor, the board also has the ability to vote in a new chairman after the law changed the term limits from 4 years to 1 year. In turn, both Jenkins and Cook filed a civil lawsuit against their fellow board members.
If they had a said, it comes into effect after Mr. Cook's term, and then after his term, they elect new officers. I don't think Mr. Cook would have had any problem with that.
And this is about the way that the conduct of the board, and does the majority have a right to pass something?
Those siding with the embattled superintendent and chairman say they have done wonders for the school system, raising test scores and helping Randolph County make AYP. Many didn't want to go on camera, but say it all comes down to race. But for some parents in the school system, race has nothing to do with it. It's all about the fight between the old guard and the new.
The older people, the people that's been there, don't want to change with the times. The times are changing, and just being stuck in the ways, that's not going to work.
Fascinating. Until the civil lawsuit is settled, the judge ordered an injunction to prevent the board from firing Bobby Jenkins and from appointing anyone other than Henry Cook as the chairman. The Justice Department is currently reviewing House Bill 563 to determine if it is constitutional. There were some frustrated college students in Albany this weekend. Here's the issue. There are more upperclassmen who want to stay in campus housing at Albany State University. Combine that with an influx of new students and for the fall, and you've got more people than rooms. It's created quite the problem down there to the south. The university expects more than 1,000 freshmen this fall, but more upperclassmen are trying to stay on campus next year. The school actually held a lottery yesterday for the remaining unoccupied rooms, which were quickly snatched up by more than 100 students who were there. Those who didn't get a room are now on a waiting list.
They told us first come, first serve, but I didn't know that in order for me to have a room, I had to be here 12 hours before the door opened. It's going to create a problem with some students not being able to actually live on campus, even if they desire.
The housing director says she understands the students' frustration, but there's simply not enough space. The school says by July 15th, students on the waiting list who aren't called should make arrangements to live elsewhere for the fall semester. American politicians are jumping in the fight to get an American journalist out of the Middle East after what's being called a mockery of justice. 31-year-old Roxana Saberi was convicted in Iran of charges of spying for the U.S. and has been sentenced to 8 years in prison. Saberi holds a joint American-Iranian citizenship, and her lawyer denies the claim, saying she was in Iran to learn more about her cultural heritage.
Well, this is just an injustice. It makes a mockery of our entire justice system. It's a farce. As a former prosecutor, I'm just offended that they would have a trial behind closed doors. No one can see the evidence. No one knows what really happened here.
And Saberi's lawyers are appealing that sentence. Up next, an organization in Harris County is looking for a few good men and a few good women today. That story in a few minutes. Plus, it's a new way to protect and to serve. Police departments are now on social networking sites updating information to protect us. If you're a police officer, you're related to one, you know one, call them up, tell them to watch this story right after the break.
Thursday at 11. Found money. Is it okay to keep? In a difficult economy, will people maintain their honesty? WTVM went searching for answers. We set up hidden cameras and dropped some cash to see, what would you do?
Would it be finders, keepers, losers, weepers? Or would you try to find the owner? What would you do?
You might be surprised at the results. What would you do? Thursday at 11, 10 Central, only on WTVM News Leader 9.
Maaco paints over 500,000 cars every year, more than anyone else. And no one gets you back faster.
Make your car look good again for less than one car payment. Maaco's Ambassador Paint Service is only $149.
Hi, can I have one of those?
This one?
Yeah.
Compared to breakfast at Hardee's, others don't look like much. Texas toast breakfast sandwiches with sausage, bacon, or ham. New at Hardee's.
It's about technology. Congratulations to Dr. Jack Tidwell and the Tidwell Cancer Treatment Center for offering the latest in technology with the AccuBoost radiation procedure, benefiting breast cancer patients throughout our community.
This portion of the news brought to you by Southeast Toyota dealers.
You're watching News Leader 9 with Andrew Wittenberg and meteorologist Derek Kincaid. Coverage you can count on, only on WTVM News Leader 9.
Okay, this is an important story. More and more police departments are now using Twitter, among other social networking sites, to get messages and updates out to their residents. The trend, unfortunately, hasn't made it to the Valley yet, but as Tori Dunnan from our sister station in Huntsville reports, the idea is catching on.
Today, my story is about police departments and social networking sites. It takes me just seconds to tweet about it and then get the message straight to your cell phone. 911. It's a number you know by heart, but now there is a new way to get a badge at your fingertips.
It disperses information about it, and a lot of people use it.
We log on to Twitter and Facebook to show Madison County residents how police departments around the country use social networking sites, tweet and post.
They would basically update it immediately.
Sure. Yeah.
Why would you like that?
Because then it's like you say, it's real time. It's happening right then and there. It's not like a delayed thing you have to wait hours.
Real-time shootings, homicide arrests, and officer collisions, even the FBI tweets.
This is Baltimore, Maryland police. You know, they're saying shooting here. Would you like that here?
Yeah, I think I would. Like, especially with the lady, the gymnastics lady, when she was shot.
You could use it for traffic jams, wrecks, to inform people.
The Madison County Sheriff's Office does not have the tool yet, but investigator Chad Brooks can see how the sites could be useful.
We look for any way we can find to generate leads in all of our cases, especially, you know, the more serious offenses like that.
People check several times a day on computers and cell phones.
Specifically getting the information out there quickly. In cases of missing persons, subjects we're looking for in our more serious cases, these are things like you say are real time.
But there are still many who aren't friends or followers.
Okay, do you know about Facebook and Twitter and all that?
I sure don't.
You don't? Okay. What would you think about that?
What's a Twitter?
Tweet or not, many see the benefit of real-time news. In Huntsville, Tori Dunnan, WAFF 48 News.
A sign of the times. President Obama says he hopes to establish more cooperation between the United States and the rest of the Americas. Mr. Obama wrapping up the weekend at the Summit of the Americas today. He says nations must work together to battle the great challenges like the economy, drug trafficking, and climate control.
At this summit, the subject of many of these meetings and conversations has been launching a new era of partnership between our nations. Over the past few days, we've seen potential positive signs. in the nature of the relationship between the United States, Cuba, and Venezuela. But as I've said before, the test for all of us is not simply words, but also deeds.
Mr. Obama also said he hopes to have an open and frank discussion on a range of issues with Cuba and Venezuela's leaders. The trip was Mr. Obama's first presidential journey to the region. Interesting stuff there. Yeah.
Indeed. We got a lot of weather to talk about when we come back. Some stormy weather could be in our future. Let's show you the Alpha Skycam shot from the East Alabama Medical Center. A nice day in Auburn and Opelika. The sky is cloudy, however, most of the day. There is some rain out there as well. Let's go over to TrueView Doppler 9 radar, get a live look at the showers in the area just north of Alexander City. A few showers passing through, but much heavier rain and thunderstorms west from there. We'll talk about that and have your 7-day forecast when we come back. Stay with us.
It's Ashley Furniture Home Store's Rooms for $9.99 sale. Get this queen bed, dresser, mirror, and nightstand all for just $9.99. Plus, enjoy no interest and no payments for a full year. Shop over 100 rooms for $9.99 right now at your Ashley Furniture Home Store.
Next year, the government will ban production of air conditioners using R22 refrigerant. Now, you could buy a new one today that's obsolete tomorrow, unless you call Carrier. We've installed equipment using environmentally sound Puron refrigerant since 1996. And it's the most reliable and efficient ever made. Don't take a chance. Turn to the experts at Carrier.
Pamper yourself, or at least your home, and you choose Riley Heating and Air. Our customers experience the ultimate in comfort, so don't settle for less. Call Riley Heating and Air, your Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Does saving money on your energy bills interest you? Call Yoder's Roofing, the authority on sprayed polyurethane foam roofing systems. This roofing system can reduce your roof temperature by 20 to 40% and reduce your energy cost for cooling the inside by 40%.
Yoder's Roofing is stopping leaks and saving our customers literally thousands of dollars annually in energy bills. If you value service, performance, and integrity, call Yoder's Roofing.
This portion of the news brought to you by Ford.
This is your Storm Team 9 forecast with Derek Kincaid.
Start off with a look at the watches currently in effect. Nothing for the valley, but off to our west. You see the counties outlined in red. That is a tornado watch that goes out until 9 o'clock Central Time tonight. Now, the Weather Service saying they don't expect this to be extended our way. As the storms move into our neck of the woods, they should weaken. That's good news. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's go over to TrueView Doppler 9 radar right now, get a live look at the rain that's falling across the area. Not a lot of it. We had a round of showers come through early this morning, really just a trace of rain here at the station, but we're noticing the rain up to our north and west, north of Alexander City, really north of Lake Martin. These showers moving to the north and east, so no rain expected anytime soon, but I think really once we head into around 8, 9, 10 o'clock, that's when we should start to see those storms fire up and moving across the valley. The rain could carry over all the way into the overnight hours tonight. Let's go back over to TrueView Tracker. We'll expand the view a little to the north and to the west and get those showers and storms on here for you from really Gadsden, Alabama, down to the south near Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. That line of thunderstorms extends. Some of these have been strong to severe, producing some relatively large hail, also some gusty winds. In fact, the Weather Service just issuing a tornado warning for this thunderstorm just southwest of Birmingham. But again, as they move on off in our direction over to the east, the air is stable, which means that the storm should weaken as they head in that direction. That's some very good news. Really, areas east of Interstate 65 should start to see those storms weaken. Now, I'm not ruling out the chance of any severe weather. We could see a couple of warnings later on tonight, but it looks like the big severe weather threat west of here, the storms weaken as they push into the valley. Let's show you the big view. Again, we've got tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches in effect from Mississippi all the way up into Tennessee, but much drier and more stable air to our west. All this pushes through tomorrow, so we do have a great start to the work week coming as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and on into Wednesday as well. For tonight, here's how that forecast is shaping up. Those scattered showers and storms. Very mild for overnight lows. Most places in the 50s, even a few low 60s, like Columbus at 61, Auburn and Opelika with 58, and Albany 62 degrees for tonight. Right now, we have numbers in the 70s. It's been a nice day, really all afternoon, except we did have some clouds around early. 70 in Auburn and LaGrange, 72 in Columbus, Albany, still at 75 degrees at this hour. Don't forget, you can find more weather on the web. Just check us out online. Click on the weather tab, WTVM.com, TrueView Doppler 9 radar. Also links to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. A great tool nowadays for sure. 61 for the low tonight with some scattered strong storms, but the rain ends early tomorrow. 71 your afternoon high. And 58 tonight in Auburn and Opelika. The rain will end there a bit sooner, and then they should be up in the 70s tomorrow. Their high right on the nose at 70. Now, for the next 7 days, you got to like this if you like dry weather. No rain in the forecast once we get past Monday, and then back in the 80s possibly by next Saturday and Sunday. I'm liking that. It gives us a chance to dry out after all the rain we've had.
And we have had a lot of rain. A lot of folks looking forward to some dry weather.
Absolutely, and you got to live that forecast really all the way to next weekend. 7 days, no rain.
Perfect. 7 days. We like that 7-day forecast. Derek, thanks.
All right.
If you're looking for a few ways to give back, then we have some answers for you. 2 local areas looking for those willing to help out, and one going out of its way to introduce you to organizations who need that help. That story when we come back.
My life has been one disappointment after another. I just haven't found anything I've been looking for. I need to make a change.
At Rivertown Church, God matters, people matter, you matter.
I matter.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Jones.
I'm Alexis.
And we'd like to invite you to the all-new Legacy Chevrolet Cadillac Cyber Columbus.
This is coming on TV.
Yes, we're on TV. Wave to your mom.
New Chevy Impalas from just $16,988. And new Chevy Cobalts from just $10,975.
Come back. Back to your legacy.
Go Legacy!
Legacy, my legacy. This portion of the news brought to you by Budget Car and Truck Sales.
Some Loki folks walked away with some fabulous prizes yesterday as part of the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. 17 winners walked away with items ranging from gift cards valued at more than $1,000 to the $350,000 Dream Home. The winner of the Dream Home says she never imagined winning this thing in her wildest dreams.
I've donated to St. Jude since I was a little girl, and I've always done it, and I thought it would be a fun way. You know, it's great if you win a house, but I never thought I would because I haven't ever won anything.
More than $600,000 was raised for St. Jude through the Dream Home giveaway yesterday and in the weeks past. Many thanks go out to all those who donated. For a complete list of winners and prizes, you can visit WTVM.com. The 2009 leadership class of the Harris County Chamber of Commerce, along with Hands Across the Valley, hosted a volunteer fair this afternoon. The event at Blue Springs in Harris County gave volunteers a chance to meet with local organizations who want their help.
And we invited organizations within Harris County that use volunteers to help them deliver their services. And then we also invited the community to come and be part of this as volunteers. So it was really a way to network organizations with volunteers.
Organizers say the event would have not been nearly as successful without the resources provided by the United Way of the Chattahoochee Valley. And if you're looking for an opportunity to volunteer and help out, Hamilton, Georgia is giving you the opportunity. The City Hall will be hosting a blood drive tomorrow from 11 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Always a good idea to go out there and give blood.
Yeah, and great weather for a blood drive, even though you'll probably be inside doing
working,
that.
something like that.
We'll talk about your evening forecast, update the radar for you when we come back.
Stay with us.
Log on to MikePattonAuto.com and car shop from the comfort of home. View our large, ever-changing inventory. Check out vehicle history reports and see Mike Patton's exclusive lowest price guarantee. Car shopping has never been easier. Visit MikePattonAuto.com.
I come to America's Best because of the...
This week, what happens when America's Best Morning Show challenges America's best chefs to create a fabulous family meal for just $15 without knowing what groceries they're getting? This week, the $15 dinner challenge is on, only on Good Morning America.
Welcome to the digital world. By June 12th, Antenna TV will be all digital. To get ready, buy a digital set or a converter box. Then try testing your antenna. Move it around like this and check your reception. If you're not getting a clear signal or getting no signal at all, you may need a new VHF-UHF antenna.
One round of storms tonight, but then after that, it's clear sailing for a week.
Clear sailing for at least 7 days. Great looking forecast. We'll show that to you again at 11, but right now let's go over to TrueView Tracker and update the radar for you. Some showers and thunderstorms, mainly to our north and west. The storms a bit stronger west of Interstate 65, but again, as they move in our direction, we are expecting a weakening trend which is good news. So your forecast for this evening looks like this. We should see those scattered storms to our east and very mild out there. 68 degrees by 10 o'clock, really not falling too much further than that for overnight lows. If anything does become severe, of course, we're keeping an eye on the radar. We'll have those updates, the map in the corner of your screen, and if it's serious enough, we will break into your program and tell you about it.
All right, appreciate it, Derek.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight. That'll do it for now. Make sure to go to the website, WTVM.com, 24/7. We'll be back again tonight at 11, Sunday Sports Overtime after the news. Have a good night, everybody.
What will you